7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Here tonight with you. High School Sports Live TV is in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania for the big matchup, the Commonwealth Division matchup between Cumberland Valley and Chambersburg. But you know what? There's a very special weekend going on here right now, and it's the 2022 Hoops for Harmony Stand Against Racism Basketball Showcase. And the founder of the feast and the new athletic director here at Chambersburg is Ron Corsi. And Ron, first of all, congratulations on a great event. Ron, your first year here at Chambersburg, you come from the city, so you're coming out here to the countryside, a little bit different, but getting this event going, talk a little bit about how this all got started.
Absolutely. Well, like you said, definitely a different surrounding than I'm accustomed to, but people in Chambersburg have been great and welcoming and accommodating. And we did this event in Pittsburgh at my last school, Woodland Hills, for 4 years in a row. It was a different theme. We did it around gun violence, you know, as a personal victim of gun violence, having a brother that was a mistaken identity and shot. And then we had a lot of kids that had suffered from gun violence, lost loved ones. We actually lost students to gun violence. When I moved out here and took the job here, I absolutely wanted to keep the event going. But we wanted to make sure that it was a cause that resonated with the area. And so after meeting some people here and working with some great organizations, I realized, you know, Hoops for Harmony was a great theme. Doing it on Martin Luther King weekend, celebrating Dr. King's dream of racial harmony and judging people, as Dr. King said, by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. Absolutely.
Yeah, and what the greatest speech that was ever given, you know, and we were talking about that today. Mahalia Jackson reminding the good doctor that night about, hey, tell him about the dream. And he went off and one of the greatest dreams ever, and I think it's a dream still lives live here today. You're keeping that dream alive this weekend. It's not just basketball, it's about socializing, it's about getting together, it's about raising money to help people, better understanding. Talk a little bit about that part of your work.
Absolutely. So, I mean, obviously, the theme that we, you know, are selling is obviously high-level basketball. We have a great game coming up we're about to see here with, you know, for first place in the Commonwealth. Tomorrow we have some nationally ranked teams coming. So it's going to be great basketball. But that's just the tip of the iceberg of what we're touching. I mean, obviously we want to recognize the cause, which is racial harmony, racial equality. You know, I know there was some chatter on social media this week about, you know, maybe us trying to introduce critical race theory or anything. And that's not what this is about at all. What it was about was bringing people together and letting people know we're one human tribe. We all get along. We all should be family. And I judge people based on what type of person you are, not the color of your skin. So we've had some cool activities. The kids that are coming in, they're signing a pledge saying they are against segregation, they're against racism, they're against bigotry. And, I mean, it's beautiful having all these different teams from all these different walks of life coming in and playing, because sports is the ultimate unifier. You can roll a ball out, and whether you're black, white, or purple, we can all unify around the game of basketball, and that's kind of, I think, what Dr. King would have liked.
You know, it's been fun meeting a lot of people here tonight, and everybody's been kind, and everybody's talking to each other, and, you know, this is something we want to do 365 during the year.
Absolutely.
You know, get that all done.
Absolutely.
I know you're real proud tonight of the Chambersburg Area Sports Boosters, and you're raising money here tonight. You're a 501, or I guess a 501c3 nonprofit. So you're doing it for good reasons, and some of that money goes right here into Franklin County as well.
Absolutely. So a lot of the funds are going to go towards, obviously, some programming that we're going to do. You know, obviously tomorrow Monday being Dr. King's actually holiday, a federal holiday.
Right.
There's a day of service. There's a lot of programs that are going to take place on Monday that we're going to try to submit some funds to, just to keep the dream of Dr. King alive. And then, like you said, any program we can do here in Franklin County, just to unify people. You know, it was hard, you know, hearing that there were some people, you know, chattering about just kind of having issues with the event. And for me, this event wasn't meant to be divisive. This event was meant to bring us together. And as we're sitting here next to each other, something that maybe 60, 70 years ago we couldn't have done, there's no greater sign of the progress we've made than you and me sitting here and smiling and talking to each other and respecting each other for who we are, no matter our differences.
Content and character, not color of skin, my friend.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then Monday, you'll probably be taking a day to get some counseling, because you got 25 games this weekend, right? You got a great staff working with you, I know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hey, 25 games, top-notch teams is going to be going on all day tomorrow and all day on Sunday. So for people that still want to get out here, you got a chance to do that. Tell them about that. So
we, like you said, 2 full games left, days of games. Obviously with some great matchups. Locally, York High is playing Harrisburg, 2 traditional state powers. Our own Chambersburg Trojans are playing Cedar Cliff, that we all know has a 6'9" Division I recruit. Right. That's going to be a heck of a game. And then there's some 2 high-level games. St. Benedict out of the Jersey Catholic League. They have famous alum J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson. They put out basketball factory players. They're playing Rocky Christian out of Maryland. You'll see some future pros in that game. You'll definitely see at 7 o'clock some future pros with Emotep and Bishop Walsh. Emotep has the number 23 ranked kid in the country for 2023.
Like in the state
Justin
championship
Edwards.
every year.
Absolutely. So it's going to be high-level basketball. I'm telling people, if you come to these games, you're going to see some guys that a couple years from now you're going to be watching on ESPN for sure. So we're excited. We're excited.
2022 Hoops for Harmony Stand Against Racism Basketball Showcase. It doesn't take a basketball tournament to stand against racism and have harmony in our country, no matter where you are tonight. And on behalf of Charlie Fortney and also the Advanced Hoops Training Programs Incorporated in Harrisburg, Ron, we want to present you with a check to the Chambersburg Area Sports Boosters for $500 to put toward your event tonight. Thank you so much for all you guys are doing.
I really appreciate it. Thank you to Charlie. Thank you to the organization. Thank you to yourself. This means a lot because obviously rallying around this event with support and financial resources can help us educate people and let people know that, like I said, we're one human tribe. So let's, like you said, as the title of the event says, let's have harmony. And
Ron, let's keep it going. Thanks so much for a great event here. I appreciate you being with us tonight.
Now let's get ready for a great game and a Trojan win.
I was going to say, you don't have a particular favorite in this one night, do you?
Listen, I have a 100% favorite. Look at my sweatshirt.
Take care. Ron Corsi here. And it's the 2022 Hoops for Harmony Stand Against Racism Basketball Showcase. Doing a great job here in Chambersburg this weekend. Come on up and watch some wonderful basketball and some great fellowship as well. We'll take a break. We'll be back with a lot more here in our pregame show. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3.
I'm here with Dr. Alexander Kish from OSS Health. We're here talking today about sports-related injuries as it comes to winter sports, wrestling, basketball. We're going to also get into a little bit of the personal background and how it relates to his quality care for student athletes at OSS Health. Dr. Kish has seen a lot of athletes in his office and their families. Dr. Kish, that must give you a lot of joy to be able to help athletes. I'm sure you were on the injured list before. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think it's amazing actually. So getting kids to get back to sports, which is something they love, I get a lot of joy out of that. So I try to get students back to sports as soon as they can, but with safe parameters around that as well.
Being a coach and a parent myself, knowing when to tell a kid to return to play after an injury is always tough because we want to help them get back on the field, but we don't want to do it in a way where it makes the injury worse or it compounds it. Talk about return to play protocol. What are some of your recommendations there?
So it depends on the injury and if a patient has to have surgery. So if they have surgery, I have pretty strict guidelines. If it's a broken bone, you have to be out for about 6 weeks or so, and then we start some physical therapy to get you moving again, because the biggest thing is to be safe. If you have a sprain, that usually gets you back to sports earlier.
What's your most common wrestling injury? I'm really curious about that.
Wrestling for me, I see a lot of elbow dislocations, broken elbow bones, and also torn ligaments about the elbow.
Talk about the common injuries you're seeing in boys and girls high school basketball players.
Yeah, so for high school basketball, we definitely see more kids with sprained fingers or broken fingers. So handling the ball a lot, getting some hard passes, or going up for a rebound. Definitely jammed, sprained fingers are the most common thing I see in basketball players.
What could coaches do to possibly help avoid some of these common injuries? What can they do with their athletes, and what are some recommendations you might have?
I think warming up is very important. Stretching not only the hands, but the shoulders and the elbows is very important. Cardiovascular health is important, so sprints and running beforehand. Also focusing on the lower extremity and stretching out the legs is very important.
OSS Health is in the community. You have doctors on the sidelines. How important is it to have that presence for the student athletes?
Well, I think it's very important. So sometimes for these students, this is actually the first time they're getting hurt. So being able to meet their orthopedic surgeon on the sideline as something bad can be going on, I think is tremendous.
If you're in need of high quality orthopedic care, go to osshealth.com.
I've been playing football for 4 years, since my freshman year in high school. My plans are to attend Penn State University and play football. Our trainers from OSS helped us prevent injuries by shaping us, wrapping us. They've always been there at practices and games, and they were always there when they were called upon.
OSS Health. Extraordinary care. Extraordinary athletes.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCamey, our post-training expert.
The miking drill is a foundational drill that I teach all young players that sign up for my class. This drill teaches players to finish around the basket while using proper footwork. It's important for players to use the right hand on the right side and the left hand on the left side. I teach players to shuffle their feet and get low while exploding into the layup. Squaring feet and squaring shoulder is the key to consistency and timing around the basket. The miking drill is a foundational drill for every young player to learn in my class.
Are you ready for the sports season? The licensed clinical experts at Select Physical Therapy are. Don't let aches, pains, or an injury keep you from watching your favorite team compete or participating in your favorite activities. Trust our physical therapists to help you feel better, faster, and to get you back to the things you love. With many convenient locations throughout the community, Select is here to help you heal. To schedule an appointment today, go to selectphysicaltherapy.com. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor, featuring Case Construction, paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chambersburg High School in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, for a big Commonwealth showdown for first place early in the season here. It's Chambersburg homestand tonight, 11-1 in the season, 5-1 overall. And who did they lose to earlier in the year? It's that Cumberland Valley team that's here tonight, 8-2. They're 6-0 overall. They are in first place, and this is a grudge match tonight, but a big grudge match here in the Commonwealth Foundation or Commonwealth division of the Mid-Penn. Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency is our sponsor here tonight. We're so proud to have them aboard. And alongside of me, Jeff Thompson over here, the coach. He's with the coach of girls Trinity team. Went to a state championship, Mechanicsburg, Susquehanna, Upper Dauphin boys over the years. And we always kid them about this. Not a whole lot of teams of the year you haven't gotten to yet, Jeff, but there's still time. On the other side, Pat Flannery, head coach in 1994 of the Division III NCAA national champion, Lebanon Valley Flying Dutchman.
Flying Dutchman.
And then he went up to his alma mater, Bucknell, #1 place for him in all the world. Coached there for 14 years and had a little success there over the years. Won 329 games. 2005, 2006, knocked off #3 Kansas as a 14 seed. Next year knocked off, I think it was #7 Arkansas, which I always wonder, why do they call that Arkansas? But we'll talk about that later on. And Pat Flannery alongside of us tonight, the head coach. Coach, great to have you in tonight.
Wonderful.
Jeff, wonderful to have you aboard.
Great to be with you guys.
Man, we've been getting in some great games here lately, and tonight, lots of players to watch on the floor. But we start with CV, and Jeff, this guy Jackson Boone, not to be confused with Pat Boone, a little aged reference there, but #23 tonight is the guy where we start. This is a very balanced club, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very balanced. This is Jackson's first year on varsity. He's strong, he runs the court, he has good hands, he's a legitimate rebounder, which I love. But don't go to sleep on his running mate in the post, Nolan Gilbert, who's played for 3 years, a left-hander who can also finish. but the onus is really going to be on Spencer Titus to get them the ball. Now, their leading scorer is Grant Kufa, and I haven't even mentioned him yet. He's got a stroke from 3. If he gets hot, that could really help him out.
On the other side, Coach, you've got a young man who was out last year, worked his way back into the lineup. He's averaging 18.6 points a game. Eli Shearer makes his Chambersburg team go.
Coach, I've become a big fan of Eli's after reading about him and watching him play and what he's come back from and what he's been able to do. He's getting 19 a game, but he shoots the 3, he drives, he's unselfish. He really is the head of this that goes. His running mate, a little smaller, but a bookend, is a kid by the name of Jacob Basham. And together them, they're going to have to shoot the basketball against this very physical Cumberland Valley team.
Cumberland Valley won their first game of the year after losing their opening 2 against this very Chambersburg team over in Cumberland Valley, 56-45. Since then, they've won 7 in a row, including that one win 8 in a row. And Cumberland Valley, or Chambersburg rather, they're 11-1. They've won 9 in a row. Something's got to give here tonight, guys.
We keep finding them, guys. We keep finding the games.
Our officials tonight, Craig Bradley, Brian Proctor, Greg Shamball. They're down on the side right now. And we have the announcements being made. We're going to go to the national anthem here in a moment. And then we'll get this one underway. A great matchup tonight in the Commonwealth Division of the Mid-Penn Conference for first place. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. And ladies and gentlemen, as the honor guard leaves the floor tonight, this is the nightcap of the 2022 Hoops for Harmony Stand Against Racism Basketball Showcase Night. 25 games this weekend. If you love hoops, if you love people, if you love hanging out, if you love good spirit, then you need to be in Chambersburg. That's ground zero this weekend. But we look at this game here tonight, guys. We talked about the balance of Cumberland Valley, but Chambersburg's some pretty good balance, too. This team has been working hard to get to this point, and they're looking pretty sharp this year. Both coaches, Sean Scheffler in here tonight, and, of course, on the other side, David Vespignani, the head coach there. And I know you know something about these guys a little bit, Jeff.
Well, they both played in the Mid-Penn Conference. David played for Trinity, and Sean was a hot shooting guard from West Perry.
If someone played in the Mid-Penn, Pat, Jeff knows it. He's got them, and usually they're lineage somewhere, right?
I've heard some 6th graders that bring up his name. I think he's around this area scouting.
Well, you know, we've had some great matchups throughout the last couple of weeks here, and tonight it's going to be no different as we get ready here for your starting lineups. And let's take a look at them here. They're coming out. Dylan Levis, he's averaging 3.1 points a game, but can play. Grant Kufa averaging 12 points a game. Nolan Gilbert, we talked about him, 11 points a game. And finally, Jackson Boone, the player to watch tonight, averaging 11.6 points a game. There's your balance we were talking about, guys.
Yeah, Cumberland Valley's a physical team in all indications, but they have a lot of strength. They pass, they shoot, they defend, and that's all ingredients you want.
On the other side, Jacob Basham for Chambersburg, 17.2 points a game, including 27 threes. Right behind him, Andon Martin, averaging 3.2 points a game. Popping out there, number 12, Jatavius Kelly, only a freshman, getting 9 rebounds a game and 8.6 points. Number 21, Nevin Yeager, 2.9 points a game. And then the guy a lot of people are talking about, Eli Shearer, fought his way back here over the last 10 months rather, 18.6 points a game. And he will present some real matchup problems tonight at the point guard spot.
And that's what we were talking about early, Gary, when we were going about looking at the players of the game. This Cumberland Valley team put a little manners on, kind of, on the Chambersburg last time. And they got up on them early and understand them fighting back. I'm telling you, I'm sure these two teams have been marking this one for a while.
Well, the players got to talk to each other, some smiles, some handshakes, and we get this one underway here in just a moment. Coming up will be Gilbert against Kelly. Chambersburg with the tip. And there is Shearer right away and just heading off to the basket with abandon. Eli Shearer in the book for his opening 2.
Big statement there. Is going to put a head down and go downhill right to the basket.
Nice weak side cut, in and out. Boy, they got exactly the shot they wanted there right off that weak side screen.
They back screen the young man, Kelly. They said, welcome.
Great crowd here tonight. Wonderful student body down in the end zone. Little flex cut, down flex cut here. That baseline flex cut or the flex screen and then down screen. Both these teams very well coached. Little isolation there, coach.
A lot of switching.
There's a steal again.
Yep.
And just about got away with it, did Shearer.
You think these teams know each other's pattern a little bit? I think they've been getting ready for this one.
Up in the lanes. This battle for first place tonight here. Still early in the season, but second time around. Obviously for Chambersburg, you're getting kind of tiebreaker at the end. You don't want to have 2 down to Cumberland Valley. For Cumberland Valley, they want to do just exactly that.
Well, anytime you get a rivalry and you get the team that lost, you get them home. They're coming out going.
First turnover of the game right there. Some interesting motion. You're trying to isolate a man down in the post.
Really up on their 2 scores. Oh,
a little
miscommunication
there. Hard to the basket, not going to go. Kelly gets the rebound and yanks it down.
Like him, let him play. I like to let him play.
And there's Shearer, and Shearer makes you have to play him as he attacked the basket once again.
He has that European step. He gets by you a little bit. It's going to take you to the hole. No shot, though.
First foul up on the board will be against Spencer Titus for Cumberland Valley.
Little down. Oh, nice little down screen replace. They got him moving. Maybe a little excited, huh? A little early.
Little player control foul. Everybody kind of getting out of the gate quick here. As the foul will be marked up on Jatavius Kelly.
I love talking to these teams, Coach, when they talk about their young kids and their depth and all. They all got a lot of players. They have a lot of confidence in kids. There's going to be a lot of different kids tonight that we're going to see.
It's that baseline screen again. You get so often off that flex offense. Ball kept alive, but it looks like over the back was Jackson Boone.
Nice backside by Kelly. He realizes it's going to have to be physical with these 2 inside kids with Cumberland Valley.
So Boone called for his first foul. Be team second now against the Cumberland Valley Eagles. The Eagles and the Trojans here tonight.
Fans think there's a lot of not going on. 2-0, 2 minutes in. But these teams are feeling each other out. They're remembering them from last time, and they're playing their patterns excellent.
They really run through their stuff. Long look downtown, and that is the first one of the night for Jacob Basham. He can make it count. He's got a 3.
They were not up that tight on Jacob. The first 2 minutes, give him a little bit of room and splash. Quick release.
There's a good look from the corner. That will not go. Boone on top of it. Boone, good nose to the basketball. Still nothing going. Finally yanked down by Nevin Yeager. And here he comes again to the basket. Look at that finish.
Whoa.
I mean, strong move from Eli Shearer. He went coast to coast. And Chambersburg is out of the gate, 7-0. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Travel. A frustrating opening here for Cumberland Valley.
They're not giving Kufa any room at all. It looks like he sets the table for them when he's making on the perimeter. It opens up the inside.
Look at the spacing here. 1-4 flat. That means a drive by Shearer, probably. They like that. Isolation.
Isolate him up front. That one was a little bit forced. Titus really bodied him up. He looks like a pretty strong kid. Coach calls him very reliable. That's a nice term to have if you're a coach.
There's Kufa. Had a chance to coach his sister Kennedy some years ago. Was an outstanding player at Cumberland Valley. They've got a great girls program, as we well know. Lots of state championships, and it's taken away again as Kufa trying to make the move.
Oh.
Passing ahead and turnover. Almost had Shearer there. Good looking pass from Basham, but it was a tough pass to put your hands on.
Well, I'll tell you though, what a great look up, keeping your head up and looking at him. Jeff, did you coach some of these grandfathers too? Like,
yes,
did you have some of them too? Some of these names?
Pat Flannery, Jeff Thompson with us here tonight up on the deck, high above the floor here at Chambersburg. Beautiful place to play basketball. Reminds you a little bit of Rec Hall at Penn State. Finally, they get one inside and the foul on the play.
They have Shearer all over Kufa, and he's not going to leave him for anything. He's not even going to help.
Finally got Boone inside, and Boone with a nice touch off the glass. Foul will be marked up on Nevin Yeager. That'll be his first, team second. Both teams with 2 team fouls so far. With 4:05 to go here in the first quarter as Boone misses. Inside it goes to Kelly. Kelly, the freshman, little half hook. Offensive rebound right on back, missed again. Pulled down by Boone. Ahead it comes. Kufa shows for a second.
Yep.
Good head and shoulder fake, and he's going to draw the foul from Eli Shearer.
Well, you can see why coaches like this young Kelly, the freshman. He really has some good hops and keeps them honest inside. He really contests.
Third team foul now against Chambersburg. Homestanding team tonight. Winners of 9 in a row since losing this team. 56-45. Another one in and out on the running shot there by Dylan Levis.
Little home basket there.
There's Kelly again.
Good patience.
Good look three, stand top of the key, and nobody in his face, and he knocked it down. Did Andon Martin, his first 3 of the night. 10-2 here in the early going, all Chambersburg so far.
And that's...
Oh, nice move to the basket. I think maybe he should have just stayed with the right hand. Instead, outside it comes, and a foul called.
Yeah.
14 against 14 there as Gilbert was going up, and he's fouled by his counterpart, Andon Martin. Gilbert will go to the line for 2, only a 47% free throw shooter for the season.
And there's where these games get so interesting, where you take a kid like a Martin. Coaches have mentioned him as a player, and all of a sudden a 3 goes down because your top kids are really being played hard. And as the games play out, and as you go, it changes. That's why you have halftime and you go on. But for right now, they're going to stick as close as they can to Shearer and to Basham.
Troy Collard into the game off the bench. 1 out of 2 from the line that time.
Got to make your free throws on the road, right?
Exactly. 2:52 to go here in the first quarter. And there's Kelly trying to do a quick move. Didn't really have a good angle to the backboard there.
Yep. Not a good angle.
So back into the offense comes Cumberland Valley, trying to chip back in, down by 7. Going inside. Good baseline move. Didn't quite get his eyes up to the glass, so just missed it off the iron, and rebound comes to Chambersburg.
They're getting some of the looks they want, certainly Cumberland Valley.
That one might have been taken a little quickly that time, Coach. It looked
Feeling
like
it.
Shearer wanted to, and he looked over to the coach and said, yep, I took it a little fast. And Sean Schreffel looks over and says, yep, I agree with you.
And coach will say, yep, and you're the man. You're going to make those decisions.
David Bignani, you saw there just a moment ago.
Oh, a little back screen. Got Kufa free.
Kufa, a little bit of a fallback there. Ball kept alive just for a moment. Rebound, Cumberland Valley trying to find a way to get up and almost finding a way to get it in. Got to get out of the lane. Really want to get the ball inside here to Gilbert.
Yeah. Not only is Gilbert big and strong, but he has that movement.
What a great back door. And Kufa on the back door, but give credit on a wonderful pass from Dylan Levis.
All of the attention went to Gilbert, open up on the backside. Great look. Whoa.
And that probably was a little quick, too, as the freshman feeling his oats coming down the floor, Jatavius Kelly.
Yeah. You know what? You live with some of that when you get that kind of energy.
Well, when I look at the number of threes he has for the year so far, it says 0. So maybe he was trying to get one in the book and say, Coach, see, I can make it.
Maybe he thought he was coming out. No, that kid looks like a hard worker. I'm sure Coach will live with it.
10-5 right now. Chambersburg leads it. Battle for first place tonight in the Commonwealth Division.
Open.
Little down screen there, set piece.
There they
Kufa,
go.
right off that set piece, getting 3,
Cross
getting his
screen,
team right
down
back
screen.
to 10-8.
There's no switch in there. They pinned him down on a cross screen. Very nice look. Don't think they
Rebound,
want
Gilbert.
to get into a three-point shooter.
Coming down to 109 now here in the first quarter. Cumberland Valley, good spacing here. There's a 3 downtown, and hey, how about that? And Collard says, I'm in there.
Woo.
I can do it, Coach, just off the bench. Aren't you supposed to sweat a little bit more than that before you take that shot? Cumberland Valley with their first lead. Shearer, what a great pass underneath. And catches Kelly inside.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think sometime it'd be talk about another time. Kids that play football and other sports are just confident. That kid Collard plays football, and you know, you come in there already having season. They're ready to play.
Rebound yanked down by Chambersburg's number 21, Nevin Yeager. And you're going to get a foul, I think, on Kufa coming back.
Good hard nose, take it to the hole.
So Kufa will be called for the foul here.
Well, the guys we talked about are a handful. They are certainly a handful. Sharon and Basham, certainly Kufa, Boone, Gilbert. We got the players here tonight.
For Kufa, his first foul will be the team's 3rd. 22 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Chambersburg up by 1. Looking to make it more than that here, coming down to 14, now 13 seconds. You see who has the ball, and guess who's probably going to take the shot or kick it? Shearer. Get a 3, doesn't go. And that will be the end of the first quarter. 12-11 in a tightly contested first quarter here. Would we have expected anything else? Chambersburg, Cumberland Valley. They're right here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3.
The Jet Giambabo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambabo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newly relocated dealership, Jack Giambabo Mazda. The Giambabo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambabo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambabo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambabo.com.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
12-11 at the end of one. Chambersburg leads it by 1. And let's get to Jeff Thompson. Jeff, interesting first quarter.
But very interesting first quarter. I got to tip my hat to Chambersburg defense. They held the two big guys 1 for 6 shooting. Rebounding's about even. Turnovers are about even. It's the defense of Chambersburg that's given them a 1-point lead.
You know, Chambersburg only giving up 44 points a year, Jeff. Great point that you made right there. On the other side, not too bad for Cumberland Valley either at 50, Coach, but 44 points, that's a healthy number, and Chambersburg can really lock down on you.
Well, again, you start out, it's a boxing match, and you start to feel each other out. You don't want to let anybody get a run on you. I thought they did a great job of closing that lane off early, and that was something that gave them trouble the first time. Interesting
here. Looks like Chambersburg, I don't know if they're going to change up defenses here or not. Now they're sending them back to the sideline here for a moment.
Sometimes you come out, you show something, and you go to something, give them something to look at.
I'm not sure that maybe the clock is a clock malfunction. Yeah, we hate clock malfunctions, right? Anyway, let's talk a little bit, about what you're looking at so far. You know, Pat, you coach Bucknell. You coach college basketball. And I asked you the other night, what's different in looking at these kind of games right here? I mean, you said, well, it's still hoops and all that, but, you know, do you concentrate anything differently on the Division I level than you do here watching a high school level?
You know, I honestly, Gary, I never coached high school. I recruited thousands of kids out of high school, so I knew a lot of coaches. And the amount of time and the amount of prep that high school coaches put in is simply amazing, because they're also teaching and they're also coaching. So I think when they're ready to play, like this team, you can just see in both of these teams how prepared they are going into that game.
And here we go, starting the second quarter now. It looks like everything's fixed, and we're ready to go as Cumberland Valley with the basketball down by 1. There's that screen in the baseline, the down screen, what they call a flex offense. Teams are very sophisticated, have a lot of different good entries in. There's Boone going to the basket hard. He's going to get fouled on the play on the floor. I think he was actually in motion going to the basket.
That wasn't close.
And he wanted 2. I think the officials.
They're giving it to him.
I think they're going to give it to him, yeah.
Foul and the 2.
There you go.
We got to pull up that replay.
Yeah, let's take a look at that again and see if there was, what they call goaltending on that.
Yeah.
So the ball inside the Boone here. Boone is nothing out of 2 so far.
So a little justice.
Chambersburg down by 1 now. Shearer with the basketball, reset it. Shearer 6'4", provides you a real different look there, especially for Spencer Titus, who's 6 feet. Little inside screen for Shearer, and Titus is up in his face pretty well.
He lost him one time. They made him pay. Got caught in the air, right?
It's the old thing that Dick Harder used to say, if you want to fly, join the Air Force. You want to play basketball, stay down. He used to talk about that on defense a lot, but on offense, it has the same kind of role.
Yeah, you can't jump to shoot.
And there you go, offensive foul right there. Game a little physical here for the moment. And the foul. Marked up on Fogel, that'll be his first for Chambersburg. So here comes Cumberland Valley back with a chance to extend the lead.
Both teams settling in a little bit.
They're really into a good rhythm here. In the half court, I think Cumberland Valley really has gotten to their rhythm much better than they did early in the game, obviously.
It's amazing how many teams can guard people 1 through 5. In both high school and college.
What do you think of the switching? You know, so many teams are switching all the time right now, and people say, what about the mismatches? But it seems like a lot of times people don't find the mismatches right away.
Yeah, they put ball pressure, and then you get guys that root out big guys from down below. You just have to have a post player that can really work down there. But that's the way the game's played, and that's the way they play it now.
I know we used to work hard on posting our guards up because, you know, you never taught in practice on the other side post defense for your guards. There's Shearer.
Oh.
Boy, Shearer, that running one-hander again, and Shearer
Nice.
is just dynamite when he goes to the basket.
Nice. For so many teams now, they dribble drive to create their post, to kick out.
Look at this move. Up, not going to go. Offensive rebound by Boone. Boone all over the boards, taken down by Kelly. So here comes Chambersburg back. They have a 1-point lead. Long look from the corner. Will not go. Boone fighting for the rebound. Will not get it.
Got to give this Yeager credit. He's all over the place.
Tristan Hatcher in there with the rebound. Kelly swats it back out again. Shearer almost called for a double dribble there. Shearer pulls it up, and what a shot. Shearer from downtown.
Fearless.
Shearer now with 9 points in the game and ups the lead 17-13 for Chambersburg. 5:30 to go here in the first half. Don't forget we have our Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up. We'll have highlights and stats for you. And there's Shearer now. Look at this. Right away goes behind the back to get away. Has it knocked away. He and Kelly seem to be everywhere, else they have twins. And maybe trying to do just a little too much there from him. A good defense in transition from Cumberland Valley.
Surprised he didn't pick him up a little bit coming from behind, but boy, what a great handle and sees the court. Instincts there is getting that ball.
Basham and Kelly will check out of the game here for the moment. Back in there is Nevin Yeager.
Both coaches look like they have a rotation. They keep two of the scorers on the floor, which good teams do.
And Don Martin back in there as well. Really trying to get the ball inside here as much as they humanly can to Jackson Boone.
Really stretching the floor on Kufa, guard him on the perimeter hard.
There's Kufa. Strong move to the basket by Kufa. Can't get it to go. Kufa gets his own rebound, trying to go back up over two. Misses again.
Yeah, coach will like that, though. They're playing him as a shooter. He said, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take it to the basket. That's a good sign for Cumberland Valley.
And Don Martin with the rebound. Good down screen again. They come across the baseline screen. Both these teams really, really screen very well. 4:18 to go, 17-13. Chambersburg leads it. Out to the elbow, a little weak side elbow screen.
Guess they call that the nail now, coach, huh?
Yep, there's a little split screen down there, and you pop back up and then reset.
Good patience. Side to side, they're looking to score, but they're being patient. It's not like they're holding the ball.
Yeah, everything is hunting for a score. There's that down screen again, and this time they are going to get a good look, and it's nobody home there. Best look in the house, but hey, it happens.
Certainly does.
And Don Martin with a good look. That's the one they wanted to get.
Get a short memory, young man. Just get a short memory.
And he closes his eyes. He says, I'm glad we're playing at home tonight. So Spencer Titus with the basketball for Cumberland Valley. Down by 4. A little cold here the last couple possessions down. There's a pull up again. This one's not going to go. Yanked off the board again by Andon Martin. There's Shearer. Have to worry about him every single time. They love that down screen, don't they?
Yeah.
You pop up off the down screen.
So hard to play the cross screen and then the down screen, especially if you're switching. Get anybody you want on it.
Here's Shearer. He's looking to go one-on-one if he can. He's got 1-on-3 right now.
Yeah, they're good weak side defense on both these teams.
Strong move to the basket. Not going to go, but a foul called on the play as Andon Martin off the bench here, looking really solid.
I think that knocking down that three, just shot one that didn't hit anything and shows a lot of guts, comes back and just takes it to the hole.
First foul shots for Chambersburg tonight, and Andon Martin, 42.9% for the free throw line on the season. So not the numbers you want to have shooting maybe at the end of the game, although, as you said earlier, Coach, where's a guy in terms of character down the stretch? Those are the numbers you really want to see, right? You can get kind of hung up on numbers sometimes. That looked like a pretty good stroke.
It did. Yeah, you can get caught up on statistics.
That foul on marked up that time on J.D. Hunter.
Nice
great
cut.
pass and just coming across. Beautiful swing that time. And in is Nolan Gilbert for his first bucket of the night to go with one foul shot. He's got 3 in the game.
He's been all around the basket tonight, maybe seeing one go through. He's just been a little quick.
They're trying to get Kelly down in there now, and they got a big battle going on there. Kelly gets 3 seconds called. He lived there a little too long.
Yeah.
So 2:32 to go to the half. 18-15, Chambersburg leads it. You're watching High School Sports Live TV. Pat Flannery, former head coach at Bucknell University, national championship coach at Lebanon Valley College back in '94. And Jeff Thompson, he had a team in a state championship too with Trinity Girls. There's another good screen. Look for the corner. Pulled down by Basham. Basham with 1-3 in the game so far. Pulls up, got in the air again, got caught. Steal by Hunter. Kufa. Inside it goes. Big guy trying to find his partner, and does.
What a seal.
Good inside passing, and up and in goes Boone for 2.
Boone got such great position. They're hard workers. It's a great job of the inside game. They really look for each other. So they're as build, Gilbert and Boone. They really play well together.
Got Kelly on the other end there. So quickly back, 20-17. There's a 3. Good look. Not going to go. Kelly on the boards again. Boy, Kelly is a monster on the glass. There's Shearer. What a pass ahead. Shearer with a great pass ahead, and then finishing off the play is Nevin Yeager for 2. Nevin Yeager did a great job of just kind of letting the guy go by before he rushed the shot.
You better get 3 people in that lane when Shearer starts ahead of steam, because he's going to go.
Oh, and they're going to call a charge player control foul. And I'm not sure about that one. Nolan Gilbert was going right down the lane, and he's going to get nailed for the foul. That'll be his first, team 5th. Make that team 6 now against Cumberland Valley. Team 5th, rather. We have it finally right.
Coaches, they even out, right? They even out, is that what we say?
They sure do.
There's Shearer again. Man, Shearer is just unbelievable.
You gotta.
Unbelievable, his second 3. He's got 12 points already in the game.
Barely gave him a look. Titus has been up in him. You just can't give him any room.
Biggest lead of the first half here, 25-17 for the Trojans. 50 seconds to go to halftime. Cumberland Valley wants to go in with the last points. What they always say, get the best run. The last points the first half, first of the second half. And there's quick pitch off. Kufa's not going to get it. Tipped around. On the floor is Gilbert. Gilbert gets it back to his running mate, Boone.
Big hustle there. That could have been 10.
Big guys getting on the floor. You love to see it.
You'd rather go in 6 than 10.
Looking for a pick here. Spencer Titus with the basketball. Trying to get down to the last 11 seconds here. 10 seconds. When do you start to go?
Let's see if that hustle play by Gilbert pays off.
Titus getting caught out there. Titus going to have to take a shot pretty soon, isn't he? Titus lets it go. Misses a shot. Tipped around. And that is the end of the first half, 25-17. Chambersburg has carved out an 8-point halftime lead. We'll take a break. We'll come right back with your Jack Giambalvo halftime report, all here on High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3.
I'm here with Dr. Alexander Kish from OSS Health. We're here talking today about sports-related injuries as it comes to winter sports, wrestling, basketball. We're going to also get into a little bit of the personal background and how it relates to his quality care for student athletes at OSS Health. Dr. Kish has seen a lot of athletes in his office and their families. Dr. Kish, that must give you a lot of joy to be able to help athletes. I'm sure you were on the injured list before. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think it's amazing actually. So getting kids to get back to sports, which is something they love, I get a lot of joy out of that. So I try to get students back to sports as soon as they can, but with safe parameters around that as well.
Being a coach and a parent myself, knowing when to tell a kid to return to play after an injury is always tough, because we want to help them get back on the field, but we don't want to do it in a way where it makes the injury worse or it compounds it. Talk about return to play protocol. What are some of your recommendations there?
So it depends on the injury and if a patient has to have surgery. So if they have surgery, I have pretty strict guidelines. If it's a broken bone, you have to be out for about 6 weeks or so, and then we start some physical therapy to get you moving again, because the biggest thing is to be safe. If you have a sprain, that usually gets you back to sports earlier.
What's your most common wrestling injury? I'm really curious about that.
Wrestling, for me, I see a lot of elbow dislocations, broken elbow bones, and also torn ligaments about the elbow.
Talk about the common injuries you're seeing in boys and girls high school basketball players.
Yeah, so for high school basketball, we definitely see more kids with sprained fingers or broken fingers. So handling the ball a lot, getting some hard passes, or going up for a rebound. Definitely jammed, sprained fingers are the most common thing I see in basketball players.
What could coaches do to possibly help avoid some of these common injuries? What can they do with their athletes, and what are some recommendations you might have?
I think warming up is very important. Stretching not only the hands but the shoulders and the elbows is very important. Cardiovascular health is important, so sprints and running beforehand. Also focusing on the lower extremity and stretching out the legs is very important.
OSS Health is in the community. You have doctors on the sidelines. How important is it to have that presence for the student athletes?
Well, I think it's very important. So sometimes for these students, this is actually the first time they're getting hurt. So being able to meet their orthopedic surgeon on the sideline as something bad can be going on, I think is tremendous.
If you're in need of high quality orthopedic care, go to osshealth.com.
I've been playing football for 4 years, since my freshman year in high school. My plans are to attend Penn State University and play football. Our trainers from OSS helped us prevent injuries by shaping us, wrapping us. They've always been there at practices and games, and they were always there when they were called upon.
OSS Health. Extraordinary care. Extraordinary athletes.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCamey, our post-training expert.
The Miking drill is a foundational drill that I teach all young players that sign up for my class. This drill teaches players to finish around the basket while using proper footwork. It's important for players to use the right hand on the right side and the left hand on the left side. I teach players to shuffle their feet and get low while exploding into the layup. Squaring feet and squaring shoulder is the key to consistency and timing around the basket. The Miking drill is a foundational drill for every young player to learn in my class.
Are you ready for the sports season? The licensed clinical experts at Select Physical Therapy are. Don't let aches, pains, or an injury keep you from watching your favorite team compete or participating in your favorite activities. Trust our physical therapists to help you feel better, faster, and to get you back to the things you love. With many convenient locations throughout the community, Select is here to help you heal. To schedule an appointment today, go to selectphysicaltherapy.com. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor, featuring Case Construction, paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
The Jet Giambabo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambabo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newly relocated dealership, Jack Giambabo Mazda. The Giambabo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambabo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambabo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambabo.com.
And welcome back to Chambersburg High School, our Jack Giambabo halftime report. High atop here, 25-17, Chambersburg up by 8, and they carved it out here in the first half. We're going to take a look at our Advanced Hoops first half highlights here. And Jeff and Pat, take us through these. Chambersburg and Cumberland Valley. Chambersburg jumped out to a big lead here. Cumberland Valley fought their way back, got the lead, but Chambersburg took it back again. Take us through right now what's going on.
Well, that's Eli Shearer, and we know about him.
He takes it to the rack and goes downhill in a hurry, Coach.
Right to the hole. There's their two guys right away establishing their presence.
Jacob Basham with his only 3 of the first half. Here's Shearer again showing you where he likes to go, to the front of the iron.
Yeah. He's crafty getting to the rack.
Jackson Boone, one of our players to watch inside and getting a chance for a 3-point play.
A little bit of room for Martin.
And Don Martin with his only 3 of the first half. He played really well off the bench.
Yeah, really did.
How about that backdoor by Kufa?
Yeah, we get excited about backdoor cuts. Nice down screen.
Set piece there
that
for
might have
Kufa
been
again.
his one clean look.
Then coming at it again from the three-point line out there was Troy Collard off the bench. Here's Shearer again. Nice pass inside to Kelly.
Making the game easy.
Shearer again, coming off the screen. Nice put up with that little one-hand runner.
They've got to find a way to stop him from penetrating in the hole.
When he doesn't penetrate, he does that.
Step back.
Then here you see Boone, nice pass across. Coming across the lane again is Nolan Gilbert with the left hand.
They did a good job of getting the ball to each other.
Yeah, they did. I think Gilbert's going to be a key to this half.
And there's an example of what you said right there, Jeff. Gilbert to Boone for an inside pass. And then down the left-hand side one more time for Chambersburg is for 14 and Don Martin.
Gilbert had 7 rebounds in the first half.
Nevin Yeager with a good pass there. And then there's Shearer again ahead, getting a man on the run. And once again, it's Yeager in there, 4-2.
Everything you're seeing is being aggressive to the basket, you see, for Chambersburg. And that's what they said they needed to do this time.
And there it was to really get it going again was Eli Shearer with yet another 3. 25-17 at the half. Let's take a look right now at our AT&T and Capital Region Insurance Agency stats that we'll have up here in just a moment, and take a look at these right now. And there you have it. Take a look, guys. What do you see?
Well, first of all, Chambersburg had 4 threes. That's what I see. But if you overlook that, I think the real big difference is that Cumberland Valley from Mechanicsburg didn't shoot well from the two-point land.
Well, look at the rebounds. The rebounds are so huge. And what I always enjoy is, again, these officials tonight are letting these kids play. Look at the free throws. I love to watch a game like that.
One of the guys that I was watching a lot in the first half was the freshman, Jatavius Kelly. And you talk about that rebound difference. He's one of the guys there. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. This guy covers it up in a hurry. But again, you talk about the three-point shooting. Add that other 3 on there. It's 4 out of 8, 50%. You shoot the 3 at 50%, you're going to win a lot of games. 2 out of 6 isn't that terrible, but it ain't 50%, right, Coach?
Right, it's not. So they obviously are taking shots, and they're making a few of them there, but I think the big thing there is they're getting the ball in the paint, both teams, and that's definitely what the coaches have emphasized.
Well, Jeff? They have emphasized that, and I don't know who our statistician is tonight, but
he's a good one.
Cumberland Valley has 11 rebounds, and they have 14 rebounds, so they're actually out rebounding Chambersburg 15-14.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to take the pay away from that statistician. Jeff actually turned him in here tonight. We're sending him back right now. So Jeff, your coach David Vespignani starts the second half here. What are you telling your team right now?
Well, I think they've got to look to establish inside. Chambersburg shut them down on the inside for the first 7 or 8 minutes, and I think it was a difference in the half.
For Chambersburg, for Sean Schreffler, Coach Flannery, what are you telling your kids?
Well, you got to keep playing off of Shearer and driving the basketball, but they're going to have to do a better job on the boards. We gave up too many second shots, and I think Cumberland Valley is going to have to take some good shots and shrink the floor.
Chambersburg is taking control of this one, much like Cumberland Valley did in the first game down there. And Chambersburg, I'll tell you what, they do a lot of things right, but one of the things it seems to me they do, they keep pressure on you offensively all the time. They're coming at you downhill all night long.
Yeah, and they have a number of guys that can handle the basketball. I mean, we've talked about Eli Shearer, and he's a tremendous player. But some of these guys around him, you can't give them a step. They get inside you, and it opens up the rest of the floor.
We're getting ready to get underway here, and thanks again to Coach Jeff Thompson tonight for doing the statistician. Normally Jim Gallagher with us, but a long trip to come up here this evening. So Jeff doing yeoman duty over there tonight in addition to keeping his eye on the game. And we're underway here to start the second half with Cumberland Valley in the basketball. And Levis goes over and draws the foul and drew the foul from Andon Martin. That'll be his second team first. And they both kind of looked at each other and just smiled. It was kind of like, oh, you know, kind of a weird way to start second half, isn't it? Good jump in there by Basham trying to get the steal, but it's going to stay with Cumberland Valley. And a lot of good sportsmanship on the floor tonight.
Yeah, that's great to see, isn't it? Especially with all the things going on. It's great to see them competing hard.
See David Vespignani over there, the head coach, doing a great job with this Cumberland Valley program.
You can tell they play a lot of basketball.
A lot of inside screen there between Boone and Gilbert. Get another look. Pass it underneath to Boone. Boone somehow trying to get it up, loses control, but has it knocked out of his hands. Picked off again there by Spencer. Titus.
Got to get their bigs a little high-low. Right now they're closing each other down.
Quick hands here for Chambersburg. Underneath it goes. They get it into Gilbert, and that's exactly what they want to do, and Gilbert takes it on home.
And we showed that at some point with the highlight. Gilbert makes that play by stepping to the open area underneath the basket, which you teach over and over. Great look, great play, great finish.
Good penetration by the guard there, Levis, to get it inside there to Gilbert as well. Here's Basham. He likes that look. Well, he was tempted. You could see him licking his lips there for a moment. He says, instead, I'll go one-on-one and maybe a little extra Euro and Asian step there, too. He might have gotten away with one, Coach.
They all play it. They all got him.
Yesterday it was a walk. Tomorrow it might be a walk. Today,
Right.
didn't count. Kufa, well, they're definitely looking inside here for the bigs.
Yeah.
This one not going to go. Boone back up on the boards again. Boone fighting it out. Finally out of bounds off Boone, but boy, I'll tell you what, he'd give it a great effort there on the offensive glass.
Yeah, wide open shot up top because everybody's inside. A couple of them go down, they'll be in good shape. They got to get a couple to go down, though.
Well, you could see Coach Vespignani was talking about getting big touches here in the second half, trying to get his people inside there and get on the glass. There's Basham again. Basham, boy, he is just smooth from down there.
He's at the Spartan there. Shot it from the Spartan.
8 points in the game. He's got 5 already here in this quarter, 30-19. They have stretched the lead to 11. Nice little pick and roll there, and beautiful job of getting the ball inside. Finishing off Jackson Boone with his 8th point of the game. There's Shearer. Shearer just keeps pressure on you in so many ways.
Keeps going at you.
Stolen inside by Boone. Boone gets it across half court, looking for his guard. Has him. Dylan Levis. Levis definitely good in the penetration. Gets it down there, can't find his big guy. There's Boone again on the offensive glass, and it's going to be a jump ball. It'll go over to Chambersburg.
There's our guy Kelly again. Knows for that basketball.
Two best offensive rebounders on the floor tonight are Boone and Kelly. They've been hammering away on the offensive glass pretty well.
Yeah. You're creating a lot of opportunities for guys around them, too. It's going to be who gets their hands on the ball.
9-point lead for Chambersburg. Start their offense with a little screen away, and then that little down screen we've been seeing all night long to get Basham back up there.
Really got to stay aggressive, but you also have to be patient, which sounds contradictory.
How about that one? Yep. Switch the hands at the end, and Basham says, hey, it's my turn. I'll show you a little something here this half, and he's already got 7 points in this quarter.
You get down, you lose your concentration a little bit defensively. I thought they gave up a little bit there.
Biggest lead of the night. You get a wide open 3 here from the near side. Will not go. Touching it back up again is Nolan. That's not going to go. Yanking it out of there is Titus rather, and they'll reset it.
Got a lid on that for that Gilbert. Here's Kufa taking the ball to the hole.
Kufa draws a foul from Basham. That'll be his first of the night.
They've given him nothing on the perimeter.
Second of the second half, and tell you what, Chambersburg does such a great job of closing out. I mean, they really get out to the shooters, and before a guy can even put the ball on the floor, they're in your face.
Yeah, especially they do a great job with Kufa and with their shooters of recovering.
Kufa having a difficult time here tonight. He's got 5 points, misses from the free throw line. Normally, 63.6% free throw shooter. I think he'll make the second one. How's that?
Good call.
Uh-huh.
Kufa and Gilbert, they've had some tough luck here.
6 points in the game, 10-point lead now for the Trojans, 4:45 to go in the third. Here's Gilbert.
A little quick.
Make that Shearer, rather, going down the side. Had Gilbert on the brain there for a minute.
Well, he's been rebounding a lot.
Yeah, you gotta stay aggressive, but you gotta be smart.
Here's Kufa.
He has really decided to go to the bucket.
Seems to be able to finish a little stronger there as he's getting hit pretty hard down there. He's got kind of a, like that thin, light body there, and he gets banged around by some of those bigs when you get inside.
Yeah, yep.
What do you do in college to work on going up through that kind of contact? Because obviously there's a lot of contact in the collegiate level. You're a Bucknell, you're playing some big teams, the Syracuses, the Arkansas, the Kansases. What do you do to work on getting your kids up through contact?
The weight room.
Great answer, Coach.
Yes, sir. You can do 2-man drills, hold your hands up there, but the weight room.
Kufa misses both. He's 1 out of 4. Need to make those free throws on the road.
Yeah.
Here's Basham. He has been the star of the second half. A little clear out play here for Basham again. Strong move, not going to go. Pulled down by Gilbert.
Guards are really,
Look out, you know what's happening here. There's Shearer, dumps it off to the corner, has his running partner, Basham. Basham maybe a little quick on that one. Off Kelly, out of bounds.
They play, though, with a spirit and with a flow, and that's shots that I think that Coach lets them, you know, they'll take them and they'll make some of them. But they are a confident bunch.
Basham didn't quite get set that time like he's gotten set in his other 2 threes, but still, very confident shooter. Here's the inside screen again. They're trying to get it to Gilbert, trying to get it to Boone.
Yeah, Gilbert and Boone are closing each other down a little bit.
Look at Boone, strong move there, right off the baseline. Nice move by Boone.
Gilbert moved up the lane, took his man with him, and opened up the floor a little bit in there.
Boone 10 points in the game now.
They need a better shot. They've taken 3 really quick shots coming down. I'm sure Coach wasn't happy with that.
Here's Andon Martin kicking off now to Shearer. They start to clear it away a little bit. But what a move by Shearer. Probably one of the few shots he's missed all night long. Looks like it's off Kelly again. It'll belong to the Eagles. Down by 8, having a chance to narrow the gap here with 3:08 to go in the third.
Kelly got his hands on that ball.
Into the game for the Eagles. Number 24, Tristan Hatcher. You checked that, I gave you the wrong one. Noah Yeager, rather, in for Chambersburg, forgive me.
You can't go to 34 or 36 until you get 34. You can't go to 26 or 28 till you get to 26. And that's what's happening right now. You got to play by possession. There's no 4 points.
There's Boone. Boone not going to get it. Good inside position, though. Great job by J.D. Hunter of getting inside position on the offensive glass.
Great job. Just working hard. Trying to get the guys a little blow before you get to the fourth.
Troy Collard back in there now, along with Dylan Levis.
Got to stay within striking.
Two fouls now on
Slip.
Basham.
Throw that bounce pass.
It's going right back. Nice pass again to Boone. Boone in again. A great pass to Boone. Coming right down the lane off the hands of J.D. Hunter.
Boy, Hunter's making a difference here. He's a real aggressive kid. He's taking the ball to the hole, and he's playing good defense, too.
12 points now for Boone as they're getting back into it. Another quick shot here from Chambersburg from the outside. And Shearer gets a look. Shearer missing. Finally pulled down by Troy Collard, another guy making a difference off the bench. Here's where you really want to try to get that inside player, isn't it?
You're right there at 6 with 2 minutes to go. Possessions right now, big possessions.
Playing with your smaller lineup, you just got the one big forward in there at Boone, but
4 out and 1 in right now. Yeager does a good job.
Kick it out. Hunter has an open 3, and Hunter rattles it home. Hunter, big time off the bench right now. He's got 3 in the game, his first 3 of the night. Back to 3 points. It comes with 1:45 to go, and a timeout by Sean Schreffler. We'll take one as well. This is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3.
Today's Advanced Hoops Tip will feature Archie Smith, our speed and agility expert.
The block jumping drill is meant to develop the fast twitch jumping muscles in a young player's legs. This drill forces a player to jump constantly and should be fast-paced while clearing the block every time. Players will develop explosive jumping skills doing this, and it trains a player's body to jump quicker and have the endurance needed to jump in game situations.
The block jumping drill is one fundamental a player will learn in my class.
Cumberland Valley has clawed their way back into this game, as Eagles tend to do sometimes. But Jeff Thompson, you're looking at some numbers right now that are standing out big.
Well, rebounding. Cumberland Valley's really exerted themselves on the boards, and Chambersburg hit 3 shots to open the half with Basham, but they've missed their last 5-6 shots. So I think if Cumberland Valley's going to win, they got to keep clawing like they have been.
And on the board right now, 10-3 on the boards in this quarter. So a huge number here for Cumberland Valley. They've gotten very aggressive. Coach?
Well, I think you got to think about the shot selection too, on what shots and how many you miss in a row, because it seemed like Chambersburg all of a sudden got so aggressive that they took themselves out of what they were trying to do.
Meanwhile, Cumberland Valley's getting more touches for their big guy Boone on the inside, who's conducted his own reign of terror this quarter. He's got 12 points in the game. So 1:30 to go, and you can bet Sean Schreffler was saying, let's get a little bit more organized here, or maybe not just yet.
Wow.
As Kelly pops it from the corner, and
you say that's his second 3?
Second 3 of the night. He hasn't had any all year. That's 2 3-point shots tonight. Big possession here. Cumberland Valley has been very, very good getting balls in the lanes.
They're out working them on the boards right now.
And then once they suck you in, kicking it back out for those kinds of shots, Dylan Levis ties it up with under a minute to play in the third quarter. Wow, what a comeback here by Cumberland Valley on the home floor of Chambersburg tonight. Now they drop into a 2-3 zone. Or did they? Yeah. It's just straight man-to-man. They showed 2-3 out there and just going straight man-to-man, basically matching up with the offense they run. There's Kelly.
They want to pressure the two guards on the perimeter. Everybody else they're off of a little bit. I want to see Kelly with the ball inside. See what he can do around the basket.
Now they'll drop in that 1-4 flat and look for Shearer to try to create.
You always ask me what time. I think with a kid like Shearer, a veteran, probably 8, and they're going to get the last shot.
I used to say 11, so you get an extra tip there in case you missed. Here they come, and Kelly's going to be pushed out there by Troy Collard, who'll pick up the foul.
First team foul this half.
It's amazing. Only 14 fouls on the other side against the Trojans as well. So
yeah,
maybe a good foul right there. It takes you off your rhythm. You got to bring it back in again.
Yep.
Here's Shearer. Screen for him. Back outside.
Oh,
what a pass underneath, and Kelly can't get it. Kelly does get it up and will not go. And we're heading to the fourth. Guys, it's a regular night here on High School Sports Live TV as we're all tied up. Heading to the fourth, 32-32. We'll be back right after this.
At Capital Blue Cross, there are more yeses and fewer nos. Protecting your health and making it easier so you can spend time on what makes you smile. Helping our communities, your families, your businesses, big and small. We have you covered, going the extra mile. It's what we do. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
If you're looking for a quality used vehicle at a great price,
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford has the best pre-owned inventory, not to mention the best hometown buying experience in all of Harrisburg. With our market-driven pricing, you can be sure you're always getting the best deal. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade. And you know who's got Harrisburg's best deals?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Welcome back to Chambersburg. We're heading to the fourth, tied up. Jeff Thompson, what'd you see in the third quarter?
Well, Dylan Levis, Troy Collard, J.D. Hunter came off the bench, and they played very physically along with the starting five. And Cumberland Valley really established the game with their physicality.
And did a great job of getting inside touches with Boone, who had a great quarter there. Boone walking out of the quarter with 6 points. He has 12 for the game. And on the other side, you saw Basham come out there, get 7 points. Really started the quarter well for Chambersburg as they stretched the lead out there to 11. But then you never saw Shearer score the whole quarter, Pat Flannery.
Yeah, and as we've been talking about, I think in possessions, you get up on a team and all of a sudden you let that flow, some bad shots, and all of a sudden you get out of that rhythm. And I thought he was tremendously aggressive, setting up other people, and it seemed like the shots were going up awfully fast in their patterns.
Jeff, how many shots did Chambersburg miss in a row to end the quarter?
10.
10 straight shots to end the quarter, so they're trying to break the ice here. Meanwhile, Chambersburg trying to get it into their big somewhere. You got Gilbert back in there.
Tell your kids, nothing going into the fourth quarter, right? The game starts all over here. You can see the intensity.
These two teams won it. Both of them fighting for first place tonight. Cumberland Valley's won 8 in a row. They're 6-0 in the Commonwealth. Chambersburg's won 9 in a row. They're 5-1. They lost to Cumberland Valley already one time. They can't afford to do it again here. They're really working hard here to try to get the ball inside. You just see it. Strong move there. What a move. Spencer Titus, getting in for his first deuce of the night, and what a time to come.
Mr. Reliable.
34-32, 7 minutes to play. There again, a little bit of a tough shot. He's kind of fallen away from the basket.
Yeah.
From Kelly.
He'll get stronger and take that up to the basket. Right now, though, they need Shearer.
And that's going to be a player control foul. Every time you leave your feet, you're done.
Don't forget the kid, Martin, taking that. He's been a key to them. He's played well tonight.
That was Collard coming in hard to the basket again. He'll get a second foul here. Team second against Cumberland Valley. Giving Boone a little bit of a rest right now. Here's Basham. We don't even want to get the ball in the hands of Shearer here a little bit, although Shearer's kind of going into witness protection here. Here's Basham underneath.
Great, unselfish.
What a great pass by Basham underneath, and he's going to catch his man down there in low. That's Yeager.
Yeah.
Yeager with 6 points, and Basham with the 2 in your heart.
You put Basham on one side, and you put Shearer on the other and play two-man game. It's tough to handle when they make that kind of penetration.
That's going to be the third foul now on Collard as he picks it up, and at the line, Nevin Yeager. Nevin Yeager cashes it in for a tough three-point play the hard way. So Yeager now on the night with 7 points.
Yep.
Quietly having a really nice evening.
As long as they have one of these Yeagers on the board, on the floor, they're banging on the boards.
Only averages 2.9 points a game, so he's over his numbers. There's Basham again jumping out there, and Basham's going to get called for the foul. And for him, that's foul number 3. Boy, Basham is an aggressive player, isn't he? Both he and Shearer out there are just a great 1-2 punch.
Yeah. They really complement each other.
The Trojans back up by 1, courtesy of that inside three-point play a moment ago. There's Kufa. They have not let Kufa get started at all. They like to look for that little hook pass play as he was looking inside for Nolan Gilbert.
You made reference before, Coach, to them closing out. They've changed their intensity the last 2 minutes coming out of that fourth quarter.
I mean, they're really, really up in the lanes on the ball well. And they got Boone back in there, so now they got their 1-2 punch inside. Taken away, though, from behind. A nice defensive play there by Nevin Yeager.
Called an offensive foul.
A player control foul, or offensive foul, I guess, after he gave up the ball. And that was actually called, I believe, on Gilbert. Check that, it was called on Boone.
Ooh.
And Boone with the rebound.
It's a tough shot.
So here comes Levis. A lot of tough shots taken so far. They were getting such good penetration earlier. Kufa just a little short again and yanked down here by Kelly.
Definitely a shot they won.
There's Shearer. And about time, Shearer says, I can do this, but it's not going to count. He's going to get fouled on the floor. And I think they're going to call him for player control.
Yeah.
So Shearer maybe a little frustrated there coming down the floor. He had those easily in the first half, and he's been stuck on 12 points here since the halftime.
Titus has really played him well this half.
Here you go inside again. Those two forwards are looking for each other all the time.
Looks like they're reacting to the ball a little slow. I don't know if they're tired. Maybe a lot of minutes.
Spacing right there, a little tight, trying to get it to the big guy.
Yeah. And Boone and Gilbert are together.
And wow, what a look. And I'm telling you, Dylan Levis showing up here. Second three, got 6 in the game, and he puts his team back up by 2 with 4:34 to go. Chambersburg's really gotten out of whack here in terms of their offense in the half court in the second half.
Lots of heroes here, though. A lot of different guys are stepping up.
Basham wanted to go one-on-one there. Basham
There's
lets
one
it
of
go.
them.
Basham lets it go. His third tray of the night. He's got 11 in this one. He puts his team back up by 1 point. 38-37. What a game. Really well played. Boone looking to go hard to the glass. His partner on the other side gets the rebound. And I'm sure Boone is probably saying, that's a pass. Nolan Gilbert on the other side has 7 points. Back up by 1 goes Cumberland Valley. This has all the makings of a championship game, doesn't it? Has that look.
Yeah, the intensity of it.
Basham again is just letting it go. And Basham is on fire right now. His 4th three of the night.
Oh, my.
Basham with 14 points in the game. Make it 16, rather.
Boy, what a 1-2 punch they have.
Oh. Here comes Shearer. Shearer and Basham. Shearer up. Shearer in. Might need a timeout right here if you're Coach Vespignani, as Shearer scores the first time he scored since the half.
coach saw that transition, decided to take it after the basket.
43-41, Chambersburg leads at 3:10 to go in this one. It's High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newly relocated dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
43-41, and there you see the crowd. The student section here at Chambersburg, one of the best in the league, is into it tonight. They're down in the end, and their team is shooting down there, so they're going to be quiet when their team comes in there. They're going to be nice to them, right? Pat Flannery, Jeff Thompson. There you see the Trojan from Chambersburg. He looks like he's been, kind of in the weight room there pretty well himself, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't look a gift horse in the mat there, would you?
I always wanted to go to the student body and pick out the kid that wears that.
So a big possession here. 3:05 to go. Basham is the hot hand right now. 16 points in the game. 13 of them in the second half. And here's his running mate. They're going to slow it down right now.
Big buckets, too, guys, right? Big buckets.
Jeff Thompson, Pat Flannery with us. There's a pick and roll. Good block by Boone. Big defensive play there by Jackson Boone.
Certainly it's what they wanted.
Boy, Boone has played a monster game, hasn't he? Yeah. Looking for Gilbert there.
Oh, a little fast.
Trying to go a little too fast, and a good foul there to save a bucket.
Yep.
Shearer was off to the races. You just have to slow it down a little bit, as it looked like Spencer Titus wanted to make the move before he had the ball.
A little quick.
2:34 to go in this one. Again, another big possession. David Vespignani looks up at the board and says, oh, man, what might have been there?
See a lot of kids out there on the floor for a lot of minutes. See how they hold up.
Big floor, too. Nice move along the base. Again, it's Andon Martin, who just quietly has had a great game tonight. He's got 6 on this one.
Great game.
2-possession lead, 45-41, 2:12 to go. Lots of time left. Every possession gets magnified, though, right now. There's Boone. Got his man in the corner. Good look for a 3. Doesn't draw iron. That was Titus again. Pretty good look. Basham, who's drawn it all half, is just continuing to have a hot hand. Jacob Basham with his 5th 3 of the game. Back out to a 7-point lead with 1:54 to go here for the Chambersburg Trojans.
Wow, what a shooting performance by this young man, huh?
And a timeout on the floor. Basham, the hero of the moment. 48-41, the Trojans lead it. 1:54 to go in this one on High School Sports Live TV. It's ABC 27.3.
You got your man.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Jeff Thompson, what a show here from Jacob Basham in the second half. 5 threes. He has 4 of them here in the second half. He is just knocking everything down.
3 in a row from NBA range. He's been bashing them.
Well, there's the line of the night. He's been saving it all evening. He had to get it in, and the low-hanging fruit. But hey, you're exactly right on the call there, Jeff. Another turnover by Cumberland Valley, and they're kind of self-destructive right now. Look at Shearer, right where he wanted to be at this point in the game, and Shearer now starting to score it as well. 16 points for Shearer, 19 points for Basham. Cumberland Valley needs to get a good 3 right here if they can, or a good inside quick bucket, but they're taking a lot of time off the clock, down by 9.
A lot of credit to Chambersburg, guys, coming out of that 4th quarter after being down, or after tying it up.
Well, Boone's not done yet. He's got 14 points in the game.
No quit in this group.
Here's your trap in the backcourt, little 1-2-1-1 trap. Now you're going to play against the clock a bit, aren't you, or not? How about Kelly coming down the lane? He says, it's too good to pass up, Coach. I got to get that score. 5 points for Kelly.
I think they got one speed, guys.
Under a minute to play. Here's a three. Good look. And I'll tell you what, this guy has played a heck of a game in the second half. Levis with 3 threes. He's got 9 points in the game. Big three here and a timeout called by Cumberland Valley. Back to within 6.
Went underneath that screen, and they made him pay for it. Again, these teams don't have these records without having fight in them.
You know, you look at Levis, he only averages like, 3 points a game. He's got 9 tonight, all from three-point land, Jeff Thompson.
Well, he's been playing varsity for 3 years, and I think that shows in a game of this magnitude.
Yeah. Heady player, you're exactly right, and a great deal of pedigree here and what he brings to the game. Pat Flannery, right now, if you're Cumberland Valley, what's the strategy here for Coach Vespignani?
Well, I think first of all, what you guys were talking about, I think I mentioned earlier in the game, when you play different sports, you've played a lot. I think you're used to that competition, and all these kids seem like they're playing a lot. I think for Coach right now, you got to see who the free throw shooters are, and I think you're going to have to get them like immediately. If not, you're just going to have to foul one of their stars. They're not going to give the ball up.
You don't want to foul him.
Yeah.
Sean Schreffler on the other side wants to hang on to the basketball. He's up 2 long possessions, 2 threes. He loses it for a moment, but you got to get a steal here somewhere or a foul, and there it is. There's your steal. A little sloppy on the passing.
Yeah. Oh, wide open.
Oh, you got to look right here. Can you get it? No. Just draws front of iron. Now you have to foul right away, no matter who it is.
Got lucky there.
And you got to foul immediately, and David Vespignani over there is saying, yeah, get it. And finally the foul called on Spencer Titus, but the guy they're sending, well, he's not going to go to the line yet.
Stick 6.
Still have another one you got to give it. You got to give it immediately or get the steal.
Yeah, this really came down. I thought Chambersburg in that fourth quarter just locked up defensively, whatever Coach said, but they gave that lead up, and then they came back. Coach got to be happy about that.
And here's Shearer. You got to get a foul immediately. And Basham, the hottest hand on the floor, is going to go to the line. And when you send him to the line, 86.5% free throw shooter. And he's exactly where he wants to be. And Coach Schreffler got exactly the guy at the line he wants to have there at the moment. So his percentages seek themselves here.
This is where we used to say, my wife can take it home from here. That's a great saying for the coach.
He puts this up on 3 possessions if he makes it, and does. He's got 20 points in the game now. Jacob Basham, 17 in the second half. What a game.
What a show, guys, huh? I mean, that's one of the best I've seen in a long time.
And talk about confident shooter. 5 threes, and I mean, there wasn't any doubt about what was going to happen on any of them. He took a couple quick ones in the third quarter, and they carved back in, but got the touch right back. And here he misses a rare free throw, so 20 points in the game now for Basham. And Basham forces the turnover in the backcourt, but he's also saying to himself, I almost fouled.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, he got away with it. So 13.7 seconds to play, and Cumberland Valley, it's been a game of big runs. Cumberland Valley, an outstanding team here, and they brought it back. They got the lead. They crawled back from 11 points down, but, you know, it's so hard to get the momentum back, and yet Chambersburg was able to do that in this one.
Yeah, you know there was going to be a good team is going to take a run, and when Cumberland Valley took that run, I just thought as they tied it up in that quarter, you wanted to see their eyes coming out, and I thought that Chambersburg really came out, and defensively is where they really excelled, because they were flat offensively.
Shearer misses that one, but this is going to be it as we tick down 53 to 46, and David Vespignani calling timeout. It's always an interesting timeout here. 3.1 seconds to go. Are you running a set play that you've worked on? What are you looking at?
Well, you're coaching your kids to the end. They deserve it. They deserve that timeout to say, hey, listen, guys, we may not get out of here tonight, but we're going to see these buggers again, and let's remember what we felt like right now.
Yeah, they're hoping to see him somewhere down the playoffs because they're playing their second time against him, and they're going to split their season record here, Jeff. So, you know, 2 tough wins here tonight. Both of them did what they're supposed to do at home.
They sure did. Chambersburg really proved their mettle in the fourth quarter, didn't they?
Yeah.
And Basham, I'm going to go back to Basham because all 3 of those threes that he hit consecutively were deep.
Had 4 here in the second half, 1 in the first half. He's got 17 points in the second half, and he was really their leader. I mean, just took over after Shearer carried him through the first half with 12 points.
Yeah, I don't know what Cumberland Valley maybe defensively was doing with Shearer. I want to think that maybe they changed up a little bit and tried to keep his aggressiveness going to the basket, because he didn't get to the basket as much. maybe that opened it up in a little perimeter. But, boy, you got like Basham, the way he sets his feet. That stroke, he looks like he's going to make it on every shot.
I think also Cumberland Valley did a much better job of playing them and not allowing them in that full-court game they seemed to be in the first half. They were making more shots, obviously get a chance to set their defense better, and so it wasn't the game that maybe Shearer wanted to be in as much, but it sure was the game that Basham wanted to be in.
Yeah.
And there you have it, 53 to 48. Big win here in the Commonwealth tonight as Chambersburg wins their 10th in a row. They now go to 6-1 in the Commonwealth, 12-1 overall. On the other side, the first loss in 9 games, 8-3 now for Cumberland Valley, 6-1. They're tied for first place in the Commonwealth. We'll take a break. We'll come back for our Hoffman Ford post-game show right after this.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance. Are you ready for the sports season? The licensed clinical experts at Select Physical Therapy are. Don't let aches, pains, or an injury keep you from watching your favorite team compete or participating in your favorite activities. Trust our physical therapists to help you feel better, faster, and to get you back to the things you love. With many convenient locations throughout the community, Select is here to help you heal. To schedule an appointment today, go to selectphysicaltherapy.com. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
CCA field trips make learning come alive.
And welcome back to our Capital Blue Cross post-game show. And 53 to 48, Chambersburg wins it here tonight in a great basketball game that had big swings in it as well. And Jeff Thompson, let's start with you. Your thoughts about this game, because there was, I mean, a lot of heart on the floor out here tonight.
Oh, both teams spilled it, and what you said is really true. Both coaches did a fantastic job, a lot of respect for each other. But what impressed me, I think more than anything, is that it was a game of runs, and Chambersburg seemed to have that last run with some really good outside shooting from Jacob Basham.
You talk about this Chambersburg team only giving up 44 points a game. Well, they showed why tonight. You talked about it there in the third quarter. They got a run put against them by Cumberland Valley, and then they just tightened up everywhere, didn't they, Pat?
Yeah, they sure did, and you know what was interesting about it, it wasn't just their stars, their kids coming off the bench. You could tell they bought into it after going into that fourth quarter. And then, as Jeff said, somebody needs to buy Jacob a good dinner because he sure put on a show tonight. That was fun to watch.
Well, we want to take a look right now at our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, and let's see, there are a lot of great plays out here tonight. I'd be hard-pressed to pick one, but let's see what they came up with for us. And here you go. Good pass underneath, and then it's stolen away. Look at Basham out ahead to Shearer. Those two guys with a 1-2 punch all night, and then Shearer just taking it down the floor.
Isn't that an example, though, of that team? Yeager makes the play there. They give it up, just unselfish. Three guys making a play there.
Yep, and then finishing it off on the end. And, you know, there were a lot of players who had a great game tonight. Jackson Boone, want to give a shout-out to him on Cumberland Valley at 14 points tonight to lead their team. You had a great effort also, I thought, from, you know, some people. Dylan Levis with 3 threes, 2 of them in the second half. Huge threes that kept him in the game. You also had J.D. Hunter, who came off the bench and did a great job. They had a huge three, but did some great defensive stuff and some wonderful passing. On the other side, it was a tale of two halves for Chambersburg. The first half belonged to Eli Shearer, as he had 12 points. He'll end up the night with 16 points in the game. And then his running mate, Jacob Basham, I don't know what happened at halftime, but he came out in the second half after having 3 in the first half and ran off 17 points for a total of 20, which makes him tonight our Hoffman Ford Player of the Game. And let's take a look at the body of work he did here this evening, our Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, Jacob Basham for Cumberland Valley.
Well, you see he's deep on that first one.
He's on the Spartan.
Oh. Take a look, and then he shows you I can go to the basket. Little bit of an extra step there maybe, but you know, tonight it was all right. And then he shows you I can switch hands too. Look at this.
Euro and Euro.
A little bit of a highlight show here tonight. Yeah. Jacob Basham, inside, outside. He had 5 threes. And I'll tell you what, you look at that look on his face. You saw that there all night long. That was confidence, man. This kid came to play.
Expected it to go down.
They atoned for the loss they had earlier in the season. And great job tonight. Chad Edwards and the whole Vicky crew. Josh Edwards back at the mothership. We had Jeff Thompson doing double duty, not only helping us here at the table with stats, but doing a great job with analysis tonight. Great job here. Pat Flannery, former great Bucknell coach and national championship coach. It's always fun to be up here with you. You have such a good insight to the game, and you did such a great job tonight. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, guys. You guys make it easy. It's so much fun to be with you.
Are you liking this high school stuff, Coach?
Let's stay here tonight. Let's stay for this tournament, and we'll watch a few more.
Coach is ready for the other 22 games that are going to be played over the weekend here. Well, we're going to be playing again coming Tuesday night here. We've got William Penn, known as York High to everybody else. They'll be playing here tomorrow against Harrisburg. And they're going up at Central York at 7:30. We'll be bringing you the game live from York County on Tuesday night at 7:35. Thanks again to our great crew here tonight. Thanks to all of you for watching. Once again, this is High School Sports Live TV on ABC 27.3. Your final score, 53-48 for our whole crew. I'm Gary Sutton. Have a great evening, everyone.